Hello, I got another Hill Farmstead IPA called First and Last Things. I don't know how new this beer is. I had a batch from like April a couple months ago and I was like, not my thing so much. Got some at the brewery, then I had a can. I was like, this seems better. So let's jump at it now. This was canned July 1st, so that was less than 2 weeks ago. It's 6.5% alcohol. It uses Motueka, Nelson, and Simcoe hops, so very New Zealand focused. And it's super hot in this room, so I frosted my glass slightly, just so the beer doesn't immediately get warm. So that's gonna make it look a little bit different. Yeah, it might look hazier on camera than it actually is. It's not ultra hazy. It's got a little bit of an orange tint to it, but I can see my finger through it almost. Head looks nice. Hill Farmstead consistency right there. It's got the spicy green pepper, unripe, spicy fruits in there, kind of like unripe pineapple. But it has that almost smoky, fresh cut jalapeno quality that I almost always get from Nelson. And Motueka, not as much. It's not as green. Motueka just seems like it's milder, maybe a little more lemony, or limey. Yeah, it's kind of like lime, unripe pineapple, and green pepper. A little bit of malt in there, but there's not as much malt in the nose as the Citra IPA, honestly. But I do get a little bit of barley malt. Yeah, seems to be a little bit spicier and drier than a lot of their other IPAs, which is somewhat appropriate for this weather, but I think I like most of their other IPAs more, like Susan and the Citra IPA, really, really good. Dharma Bum IPA, I like that one a lot too. I'm just not huge on the most Nelson focused beers. I really like their Nelson double IPA though. So I don't know, it depends on your mood, I guess, or my mood for this stuff. Head is still sticking around, though it's really hot and steamy here. Still a somewhat soft mouthfeel despite being a little bit, less body than you'd expect for this kind of beer. It gets woodsy, really spicy, kind of piney, kind of grassy, but with pepper, sort of a lemon pepper flavor in a way. Yeah, if you want something that's drier and kind of more bitter, has some West Coast tinges, honestly. Then I would go for this one, but this is probably like the least juicy of their IPAs, because they do the New England style, but they don't do the really thick, sweet, dank juice bombs like people go crazy for. And this is probably the farthest from it I've had of any of their IPAs. Yeah, the Simcoe, I like their single hop Simcoe beers and stuff, and Dharma Bum's like a focused Simcoe IPA, but it seems like Simcoe's really has a backseat in this beer. It's all about the New Zealand. Yeah, if you're a big fan of New Zealand hops and the hazy IPAs, but you want something drier and refreshing, don't pass this up if you're at Hill Farmstead or a bar that has it. But I would say that their Citra IPA and a lot of their other ones are a little bit better. So maybe I'd give this one maybe just a 4. Maybe I'd give it a little higher rating if I was in a different mood, but there's nothing wrong with it, just not to my taste exactly. Bye.